Let's take a closer look now at today's main global sports stories with our guest sports analyst Ade Oladipo, the director of Box Talk. Ade, let's start with the Cricket World Cup, and South Africa finally win a World Cup knockout match after dismantling Sri Lanka in a pretty disappointing one-sided game. They're in the semi-finals. Have they finally erased the chokers tag?
Yeah, you've got to say they have. And well done to them as well. The pressure that was on them during that game. It was all over the papers, all over the media, the fact they've not won a knockout game for so many years. To go into that game under that kind of pressure and to put on that kind of performance, it shows that they're on their way. But as their captain rightly said, they've gone there to win there, not just to get to the semi-final. So still a long way to go.
And as we saw in that report, the captain, A.B. de Villiers, said they were quite happy with the chokers tag because in a way, although they did have pressure on them going into the tournament, so many cricket fans were expecting them to kind of dismantle when it comes to the knockout matches. Can you understand the psychology of what de Villiers was saying?
I do, I understand that. It almost takes pressure off his team as well. But I don't think no one really wants that choker tag. Let's be honest. He's the captain of a good cricketing team. He didn't want that. At the end, they moved on. You saw the celebrations after as well. A lot of high fives, a lot of pats on the back. So they know the relief as well to get through that game. Sri Lanka were very disappointing. Let's not forget that. Everyone expected it to be a tough-fought game. It was a one-sided game, so that's disappointing. But, again, chokers tag is off and let them move on to the semi-final now.
And do you think with this chokers tag perhaps finally being removed, do you think they can go on and win the tournament now?
Oh, certainly, yeah. The shackles are off. And they'll just go and they'll play freely, as South Africa normally do. I think the pressure's been on recently, but I think with them winning that game and it being so one-sided, a dominant performance, I expect them to go all the way now. OK, let's stay with cricket and another South African-born England player, Kevin Pietersen. He's returning to play county cricket. It's clear he wants to play for England. It looks like he's going to forgo his IPL contract. But has he burnt his bridges in terms of playing for England again? Unfortunately, he has. And it's a sad story because, look, England need Kevin Pietersen as much as really Kevin Pietersen needs England. He's missed it as well. The IPL was fun for him. He's obviously come back. He wants to play county cricket again, which basically means he wants to go for the ECB again. I think he needs to almost have a few behind-closed-doors conversations and get his way in that way. Hopefully he can. England have really played bad without him. He is their, if you like, one world-class player. They do need him, and hopefully he can come back again. And we heard there from the national selector James Whittaker saying that Kevin Pietersen's not in England's plans. But if he goes, gets his head down, plays for Surrey, scores a mountain of runs and makes an irresistible case to play for England, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the selectors. Yeah, I'm surprised by that comment. Let's be honest, you're supposed to be picked on how you play. If Kevin Pietersen plays well in county cricket, why can you not pick him? He's obviously not going to pick him on what he's been saying in past books and past tabloids. But if Kevin Pietersen plays well for his county team, why should he not pick him? Let's move on to football. Russia's top Premier League boss saying that tackling racism is not his country's top priority. Should it be? Or does he have a point in saying that other countries also have problems with racism, so why should Russia be singled out? Other countries do have problems, but that nonetheless doesn't mean it's not a top priority. It certainly is a top priority. Russia's always had problems with racism in football. Other countries are tackling it as well. We're not going to just throw Russia under the bus. A lot of countries, you mentioned England. England do have problems. Italy, we know, have problems. But regardless, it should be a top priority. And I think him singling out other countries, notably England, it's just a bad move. It almost tries to, if you like, take away the shade from himself. And also, we don't really like to hear these kind of noises, particularly with Russia hosting the World Cup. You'd think that the world would like to hear them say, actually, it's our #1 priority. Exactly, and you are surprised by that statement. But nonetheless, they are said they're going to work on it, so hopefully they do.